Hi, I'm Sam, your fire safety training guide, and today we will review important fire safety information for you to know while you are on campus. In this training video, you will learn what is fire safety and why is it important, what to do during a fire alarm, how to use a fire extinguisher, and important information to keep you safe. Did you know smoke alarms were either missing or tampered with in 58% of fatal campus fires? And alcohol was a factor in 76% of fatal campus fires. You may be wondering, what is fire safety and why is fire safety training so important? Fire safety is a community fire and injury prevention program designed to eliminate or mitigate situations that endanger lives, health, property, and environment. Also, fire safety is important because it aims to change human behavior and to prevent injuries, deaths, and property loss associated with fires. What to do during a fire alarm? Fire alarm activation evacuations. Fire alarm response procedures. Here are simple steps to make sure you're always prepared for fire alarms. Learn or plan and visit your hall, building, or department's designated outside meeting location. Learn the locations of pull stations and fire extinguishers. How to be prepared for building evacuations. And learn the location of the 2 nearest exits from your room. It's important to be prepared for fire alarms. What to do during a fire alarm? Evacuate immediately using your nearest exits. If there are students who need help evacuating, help them to the stairwell, or they may choose to refuge in place. Give the location to the person conducting accountability at the designated meeting location. Go to your outside meeting location. Do not re-enter the building, even if the audible alarm stops. Wait until you hear an all clear announced by the appropriate personnel. Fire alarm evacuation procedures. Evacuate the building immediately by using the closest exit and go to the outside designated meeting location. Identification of occupants should be recorded at the meeting location for comparisons with the accountability list. Never take the elevator during a fire. You may be trapped if the power goes out. Before opening any door, feel the handle with the back of your hand for heat. Then feel the door itself, starting from the bottom and moving to the top. If the door is hot, do not try to open it. Smoke and flames may rush into your room. If the door is cool, open it slowly, but be prepared to quickly shut it if the smoke or heat rushes in. Leave quickly, closing unlocked doors as you go to contain fire and smoke. If you encounter smoke or flame during your escape, use another exit. Heat and smoke rise, so cleaner air will be near the floor. Get as low as possible to the floor and move towards the exit. Do not re-enter the building, even if the audible alarm stops. Wait until you hear an all clear announced by the appropriate personnel. What to do during an actual fire. Pull manual fire alarm. Evacuate at the nearest safe exit. Call emergency response outside of building. Report to meeting place away from the residence or building. Conduct accountability at the outside meeting location. Do not re-enter the building until an official all clear is announced by the appropriate authorities. Students with mobility impairment. If you have mobility impairment, including a chronic medical condition, you should do the following. Learn about fire safety, plan ahead for fire emergencies, and be aware of your own capabilities and limitations. During evacuation, let the closest person to you know that you need assistance leaving the building. Look for areas of refuge, like stair enclosures or the other side of corridor fire doors. Some elevators are designed to stop operating when the alarm is sounding and are not safe during fires. Sometimes it may be safer to stay and refuge inside your room. If you have a disability and are not able to evacuate, call 911 or GTPD at 404-894-2500 and let them know your current location. During an actual fire, students should find a stairwell and stay on the landing away from the fire door to wait for the first responders to assist them in evacuating if needed. Stairwells are fire rated and are considered areas of refuge. Persons are able to stay there until first responders can assist them out of the building. If the fire is outside of your door, stay in your room and call 911 or GTPD. Place a wet towel at the bottom of the door. If possible, wave a towel out of the window to signal first responders. If you should discover a fire, avoid injury and excessive risk. Alert people in the area immediately by activating the fire alarm at the closest pull station. If you have been trained in the use of a fire extinguisher, quickly assess the fire and determine if it can be extinguished safely using a fire extinguisher. If you cannot extinguish the fire, immediately exit the building. Fire extinguishers. How to safely use a fire extinguisher. All Georgia Tech-owned buildings and occupied properties have fire extinguishers. A fire extinguisher should only be used to control or extinguish a small fire. If you choose to extinguish a fire, make sure your back is to an unobstructed exit and conditions are reasonably safe. Do not take excessive risk, even if the fire is small. If you feel in danger, evacuate immediately. Using a fire extinguisher. When using a fire extinguisher, remember to use the pass method. 1. Pull the pin. 2. Aim nozzle at base of fire. 3. Squeeze the lever or handle. 4. Sweep base of fire. Check out this video from the Georgia Tech Fire Safety Team. Important information to keep you safe. Become familiar with the locations of the closest 2 exits, fire pull stations, and fire extinguishers. Acknowledging the fire alarm and responding appropriately prevents injuries and saves lives. Here are some of the most common causes for fire alarms. Unattended food cooking, such as popcorn left in the microwave. Smoking indoors. Intentionally set fires or arson, dirty smoke detectors, and nuisance alarms by intentional actions. How to prevent alarms and fires. Never leave food, for example popcorn, cooking unattended on a stove or in a microwave, and never smoke in residence or on campus facilities. Let's take a moment to review key information you learned during this video. Fire safety is important because it aims to change your behavior and helps prevent injuries, deaths, and property loss associated with fires. Learn or plan and visit your hall, building, or department's designated outside meeting location. Learn the location of pull stations and fire extinguishers and participate in fire drills. It's important to be prepared for fire alarms. Learn the location of the 2 nearest exits from your room. You are never required to fight a fire. If there is any doubt in your ability to fight a fire, do not fight the fire. Remember to extinguish a fire using a fire extinguisher. Use the pass method. Never leave food cooking unattended on a stove or microwave. And never smoke indoors. Thank you for taking time to learn ways to keep the Georgia Tech community fire safe. Have a great school year, and if you have any questions, visit our website at ehs.gatech.edu/fire.